having a great day. Look, I'm going to start this morning out with a real simple question. What do you plan to do? What do you plan to do about the things that you are unhappy with? What do you plan to do about the things that you are dissatisfied with? If you're not happy with your job, what are you going to do about it? If you're not happy with your financial situation, what are you going to do about it? If you haven't started the business, it's a business that you said you were going to start 5 years ago, and it's eating at you, what are you going to do about it? If you're not happy in a particular relationship, what are you going to do about it? And let me be clear. That doesn't mean ending the relationship if you see value in it. It means, what are you going to do to try to create the type of relationship and atmosphere and environment within that relationship that will support your joy, your happiness, your desires? Because it's not just one person. Look, nobody's responsible for your happiness but you. Now, your partner, if you have one, is responsible for ensuring you have an environment through which you can create the things that bring you joy. They can assist you. But you have to know what makes you happy, and you have to pursue it. Their job is to make sure you have everything you need and that they add to you. But you have to say, this is what I need, this is what I want. No one can come into your life if you are intent on not doing the things that you should be doing and fix it for you. That's the first thing that I wanted to get more detailed on. But no matter where you're at, no matter what you are doing, no matter what you are facing, it's going to boil down to what do you plan to do about it? And secondly, are you going to actually follow through on the plan? You plan something and you have to take action. You're going to have to do the things that are necessary to change your life. There is not going to be some magical potion. There's not going to be some fortuitous moment where everything just falls in line for you and life changes and you just walk off into the sunset. That's not going to happen. That's not how things work. You're going to have to gain an understanding of where you are. You're going to have to determine where you want to go, what you want to do, what you want to have, how you want to live. And then you're going to have to measure where you are now and then look at what the person who can do those things looks like and how far you are from that. And then you're going to have to make up in your mind to become the person capable of creating those moments, creating those realities, walking in those realities, sustaining those realities. You have a responsibility to yourself to live life at the level of your design. No one else can do that for you. So what do you plan to do? What are you going to do about where you are and where you are not? When do you plan on taking action? How long will you sit there and say you're not happy before you do something about it? How long are you going to sit there and blame other people for something that you could be doing for yourself? How long are you going to wait for some fortuitous moment to appear and change everything for you? If it has not happened already, it's not going to happen. Now, can you, through the momentum of effort, energy, proper thinking, proper motion, good decision making, create these fortuitous moments that seem to just pop up out anywhere? Yes, that's what that phrase, love chances the prepared, means. It means that when you're working hard to do the things you're supposed to do, when you're growing intentionally, meaning you're literally deliberately growing in the ways that you need to grow in order to become who you want to be, things start to happen. But they don't happen with you just sitting there. You can't pray them in. You're going to have to take action. When it comes to faith and talking about all that, James told you in chapter 2 of that book, James said, faith without works is dead. Then he follows it up with, if you say you have faith without works, I'll show you my faith by my works. You'll be able to see what I believe about myself by what you see me doing. I'm going to judge your faith by what I see in your life, not by what you say, but by what I see in your life. When I see the fruits of your faith, when I see the actions that are supported and moved by your faith, That's what's going to tell me how deep your faith is, how strong your faith is, how expansive your faith is. So let me encourage you. Whatever's going on in your life right now, you're not satisfied with, you have the power to change it. Whatever's happening in your life right now that you want to see differently, you have the power to change it. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen by osmosis. But what I can tell you is that if you determine in yourself that you're going to do something different and you start to walk it out, it will happen. I want to encourage you to do that. I want you to also look in the description box, and there's a course called Crushing Limiting Beliefs. There's also another special offer that I'm not going to even mention. I'm going to let you go find it, but it's in that description box, and it's for you today. Take advantage of the resources. Start your process. Start moving. On that note, I'm out of here. You guys have a great
day. Reaching your dream, you're living up to your greatness, you're making your contribution is you. It's necessary you take responsibility for it, that you make it happen, that you don't give up, that you don't take any objection or disappointment or defeats personally, that you keep on keeping on, that you don't decide that I can't make it because you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And here's something you've got to resolve. Say this to yourself every day. It's not over until I win.
Hello, everybody. Dr. Rick Wallace dropping in on you. Hope everybody is having a great Friday, winding down their work week, or if you're like me, looking forward to another day where you're going to put in work and cultivate and harvest results. Again, I wish you the best. I want you to understand, though, that no matter where you're at, no matter how things are going now, if it's not going the way you want it to go, if you're experiencing delay, difficulty, whatever it may be, understand that if you're still breathing, you're still in the fight, that you have everything within you to persevere, to overcome whatever it is that you are currently facing. I wish you the best, and I challenge you to stand up, square your shoulders, and face the challenge with faith and fortitude. Now, I have a question. Is there something in your life that you've strived for or you desired? If it's something in your life that you deep down inside know it's what you want to be doing, you know it's where you should be, do you desire to be further along in your relationships, further along in the development or scaling of your business, further along in the building of your financial empire, whatever it is? Are you a person that deep down inside knows what it is you want, but if you're honest with yourself, you're not taking the actions necessary to make it happen? Are you a person that, if you are honest with yourself, you suffer from procrastination? You tend to sit up and defer the necessary actions to achieve the desired result. Procrastination has become a habitual behavior in your life. You know you have the capacity. Deep down inside, you know that you have the capacity. Deep down inside, you know you won't be fulfilled until you have it. Deep down inside, you know that there's a yearning and a demand on your life, but you have yet to take the steps, take the actions. Procrastination, I've said this many times, is the thief of time. You will look up one day and 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years will have passed you by, and you will still not have taken the steps necessary to push it. It's not that you can't have it. It's not that it's being withheld from you. It's not that it's impossible. It simply requires you to take action. It simply requires you to become dynamically invested in your own dream, dynamically invested in your own vision, dynamically invested in your own hopes and desires. It's sitting down and wanting something won't get it. You don't get what you want. You get who you are. So if it's something you want that you don't have, it means you have to become the person capable of producing it. And that requires action. Are you a person, if you're honest with yourself now, that sits up and has all types of excuses, of why now is not a good time. You're waiting on the perfect timing. You're waiting on the right opportunity. There's no such thing as perfect timing. There's no such thing as a right opportunity. Opportunities are created through effort, through focus, through attentiveness. Opportunities pass us every day, but if we're not in tune with what we're supposed to be doing, if we're not actively moving towards something, we won't recognize the opportunity, or we will allow it to pass out of fear, out of trepidation, out of uncertainty. Let me tell you, one of the first things you're going to have to do, if not the first thing, is invest in changing your thinking, changing your behavioral habits, changing your approaches. You've got to break free of your proclivity to procrastinate. I once read, and I recently shared, that I read what someone wrote: procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God or life owes you another opportunity to do tomorrow what you could be doing today. It's an assumption that is foolish because tomorrow isn't promised. It's an assumption that is foolish because the time you lose today can never be recovered. You are blowing valuable time sitting on a vision, sitting on a dream, sitting on a hope, sitting on a desire, sitting on a passion, waiting on a moment that will never appear. You've got to create it. What I want to do is I want to invite you into my personal circle to sit down with me in a one-on-one encounter so that we can tap into and discover the reason for your procrastination. It's there. Past experiences, past influences, limiting beliefs, bad self-talk, risk aversion, a bunch of other things that are going to be the core, but we identify it and then we can do it. I want you to step into my personal circle, me and you, one-on-one, and work this out. I have made this very doable. Anybody who is serious about doing it can do it. And I'll leave it at that. Anybody who is serious about making a change in their life can do this. But you're going to have to make a move now. I challenge you to go to the description box of wherever you're watching this video. Click the link and enroll in this science of overcoming procrastination. And you're going to sit down with me in a one-on-one encounter. Something that would normally be excessively more than it is. Right now, I've made it affordable because I want everybody who is serious about changing their life to really have no impediment. No, nothing worth having is free, but I guarantee you there are people who have worked with me in the past that would see this and go, my God, what is he doing? Because they know what it takes and they were willing and they did it. Now I'm challenging you. Click the link. Come into my world. I don't promise anybody ease. I don't promise anybody any magic solution. What I promise you is that there is a way to move past what's holding you back. I don't care what the challenge is. There's a way to overcome it. Let's make that happen. Talk to you soon.